Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make your template for the mask. So you want to get a lined piece of paper like this. Then you want to put it up to your forehead, and then you want to mark off where the end of your eyebrows are. So you want to make a little mark on the piece of paper on each side. Okay? And then next, you want to pull up the picture online, and then what you want to do is you want to put your piece of paper up to the screen, and you want to zoom in far enough so that the edge of the mask that's on the computer screen matches the end of where you made your little marks on each side. So as you can see here that I zoomed in far enough, so when I put my mask right up to it, it fits perfectly. So then what you want to do is go ahead and outline that. Then after you outline it, then you want to cut it out, and you will have something that should look like this. Okay, so next what you're going to do is fold your piece of paper in half. You don't really need both sides, you just need one of these. So what I did is I just folded it in half like that. You could just, cut it in half. And then you're going to put it up to your face, and then you're just going to go ahead and make the outline. This is the reason I said you only need one, because, you're not going to be able to see if you have it like that. So just outline one side, and then put it up to your face, and then outline the other side, and then of course make it connect right in the center. Okay, and I wouldn't recommend using color for this. Use a white, but I couldn't find my white. Alright, so next I'm taking the white cream makeup. You want to do your white first, so I'm just taking white, and this is an e.l.f. Foundation brush. You can get at Target for $1. So just pick that up, and then start applying your white. So I'm going to finish that, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I have most of the white done, I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. concealer brush, and I'm going to pick up more of the white, and I'm just going to go right up along the edge of the mask. And when you're doing that, you're going to end up picking up, unless you used white, you don't need to worry about this, but if you used a colored eyeliner pencil like I did, you're going to be picking up some of that color. So what you want to do is make sure that you have something handy to clean it off. Like once you make a line, clean it off, and then pick up more of the white, and then keep going. Alright, like this. So you can see I picked up some of the green there. So I'm going to clean that off. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish doing the edge here, and I'll be back. Okay, now that I've met up the edge right here, I'm going to be taking a cream blush. I don't know the name of this, it's by MAC. So I'm going to be taking this, and I'm going to be using a stippling brush. So you want to do this right now before you have the black on, because you want it to look like the blush is actually underneath the mask also. So just press the color down, and see it's actually, I'm going onto the mask area, but that's okay. So then you want to clean off your brush, pick up some more of the color. The reason you want to clean it off is because you're picking up the white, and you don't want to put the white back into your cream shadow, blush. I'm going to put some more of that color down. Okay, once again, clean it off. And this side might look a little bit different than this side, because I actually forgot to do this side before I put the black base on, so it's not going to look exactly the same. Okay, so that's finished. Next, I'm taking MAC's Black Ground paint pot. I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using another e.l.f. brush, concealer brush, and I'm going to be placing the paint pot on the eyelid area. If you don't have this, that's okay. The reason I'm using this is because the black cream makeup, if you're using Halloween makeup, it does crease, so and I haven't tried it. What you'll want to do is use an eyeshadow primer underneath it and see if that'll keep it from creasing. Alright, so I'm going to put this all over the eyelid, taking it up into the crease, just like that, and then just take your finger, make sure your hands are clean, and then just blend that up so that way the edges are not, so that the edges are blended. Just like that. Don't worry if it looks messy, it doesn't matter. Okay, next I'm going to take some more of that color and I'm going to place it underneath the eye. And the reason for this is because this area will also crease if you're using the cream makeup. So if you're using the cream makeup, you want to use your eyeshadow primer or your regular face primer and put it underneath there also before you put the cream makeup. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's going to keep the cream makeup from creasing, but it should help at least a little bit. Alright, so once you have that on, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's messy or not. So next I'm going to go in, I'm going to put a little bit more. Okay. So now I'm actually going to be taking the black cream makeup that's in the same palette. I'm just use the same brush, and I'm going to go along the edges. Well, another thing that I want to mention is if I chose not to cover my eyebrows, so if you choose not to cover your eyebrows, you want to make sure that your stencil up here goes up far enough so that it's covering the eyebrow. So you don't want your eyebrow poking out over here. Okay, so you're just going to go around the edges like that and then just drag the color in like that with your brush. And make sure that you coat the eyebrow also. Okay, so you're just going to go around, make a sharp edge, and then blend it in. So I'm going to finish doing that. Okay, now that I have all of the black on, and then I had blended it into where I put the Max black ground paint pot, you want to make sure that first that you blended this out, and then you blend this in towards that. And you can see it's not perfect, but that's okay. Next I'm taking Max Violet pigment. You can use any purple pigment, or purple eyeshadow, doesn't matter. And so I'm just going to be pressing that down. And you want to make sure that you coat the eyebrows really well. Okay. So what you want to do once you get to underneath the under eye area here is you don't want to press the color there. You want to sweep it back and forth there. And then when you're placing the color up on the top of the lid, you only want to do the top area of the lid up to here. And you're not going to do that area there. You're just going to leave that alone. So just press the color. And you also want to make sure that you leave a little bit of an edge here. You want to leave a little bit of the black showing. But you want to do get as close as possible to the edge. You want it to look a little bit three-dimensional, so you want some of the black showing there. Okay. Next I'm taking Revlon's Diamond Dust Lust in Night Sky. And I'm just going to take the brush that came with it. And I'm just going to pack that onto the lid. Just like that, and then I'm going to take the other end and pick up some of the color and then do it underneath the eye. Alright, just like that. Next I'm taking Wet n Wild's gel liner. And brush, and so I'm just going to tight line. And you want to do the upper and lower waterline. Okay. Now that that's done, just to make the mask look a little bit more three-dimensional, I'm going to take Jessie's Girl in Starshine, which is just a white shimmery shadow. And I'm just going to use this little brush here. Alright, so I'm going to take, so I'm just going to dump some of that color out onto the lid. That way, you know, if there is still some of the cream makeup showing underneath, it's not going to be transferring into the main eyeshadow pot, because you can always clean this part. So you're just going to go through and place the color down, straight down like that, and then brush it in. You want to place it down. You just do it in random spots, but you want to do it on the edges. So you're just going to place the color down like that, and then brush it in. So it's just going to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. I'm going to put some right here, right in the middle. So that. Kind of trying to follow what I did on the other side. So press it down and just get off the excess off your brush, and then brush it towards the inside. Alright, and then make sure that you don't get any on your eyebrow. If you do get some on your eyebrow, go back with the other brush and put down some more of the purple. Alright, so I'm going to actually clean up the fallout that I have right here, and I'll be right back. So I went ahead and I set the white area with Coty's translucent powder, but don't look for this container because this is not what it comes in. It's just what I used. So now I'm taking a little bit more of the cream blush, and I'm just going to use my fingers. So I'm just going to place them down right there, just to give it just a little bit more color. Okay. And do the same thing on the other side. but make sure that you do the cheeks the way I showed you earlier, but then if you want to go back and put more, then just do it the way I did it right now. Alright, so the lips, I just used a blue-based red. I don't know the name of this though. Alright. And then of course I lined the lips also. So next, just to make this look a little bit more three-dimensional, I'm going to be using this puffy paint. It's just black. So I'm going to be using this. Okay, so I'm just taking the black puffy paint and I'm going to be outlining the edge of the mask. And you want to hold it as close to the base as you can. That'll give you more control, and especially if you don't have steady hands. And then make sure every once in a while when you stop, you clean off the tip. Alright, so I'm going to finish doing the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look. If you don't have the puffy paint, then just leave the outer edge with some of the black base showing. The eyes, or for the lashes, all I did was comb my lashes and put mascara on. But some wispy lashes would look good with this, so something that kind of flares out at the end. Alright, so if you have any questions, let me know.